Happy birthday, Singapore! For this month's edition, right, we have a very special episode. So we pay tribute to our roots, to Singapore. And so for today, we have a homegrown local brand, also the parent company of Cheryl W, and my biological parent, my mom.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for having. Thank you for being on our show.
Yeah,
so for today, I will not be calling her Miss Yip or Miss Jean Yip because clearly she's my mom. Okay, so Mama, can you share with our friends how do you grow from one shop in Katong to a homegrown brand where it is today? Because everybody knows that you are a very successful entrepreneur.
Thank you very much. It all started when I founded Jean Yip, and my dad was telling me, why don't you name it under your name, Jean Yip. So when I registered straight away, we got it approved, and it was running very well, and I would say it's very successful. There was queue numbers of customers waiting for me to have their haircut. And when Mervyn, my partner and also my husband, came back from UK, when I asked him, do you want to call it Jean and Mervyn, or and Mervyn was saying it is a very good name, very good vibe. Why should we change it? So Jean Yip became the brand of the company, which it was founded in 1982.
So you know the stories that you tell us, right, is the queue is like a clinic queue and people wait for 3 to 4 hours, sometimes 5 hours, but customers never run away. And in fact, sometimes, I think my dad used to tell me that some of the apprentices that came to interview, they saw the huge queue and they said, okay, you know what, I don't think I can do this. What do you think is the secret formula for why you grew from one shop into where it is now?
I think being an entrepreneur is about your commitment to the business. I think being passionate and to build the business is only one aspect, but it comes with great responsibility. That means in the business part of view, where you have to satisfy and please the customer, their wants and need, and you have to really hear what the customer likes and dislikes. And I think, and being in the business and with your team, how you nurture and grow your team, I think is very important. Your mentorship, how they can become like what you believe, and how you develop the strong culture in your company that make customer feel very comfortable coming into a brand where they feel that, oh yes, this is the thing we expect, you know. And yeah, I feel the commitment and the responsibility is very great. It's very great, yeah.
So, you know, apart from being a successful entrepreneur, you're also a mother of 3 and a wife. So, you know, there's so many stories about you and Papa, you know, being, you know, very in love since you were very young, and then now you have 3 kids. And it's not easy to actually have a family and a career. So maybe can you describe your experience as a mother now, on the other hand?
Oh, actually, it's a very different hat. When it comes to entrepreneurship, it is great responsibility. There's no compromise. You have to have a very strong and firm goal and belief with your team. But being a mother being a mother to my children, there's a lot of I would say when Cheryl was born, it is like there's a lot of joy, and the love is very unconditional. I would use the word that this love is very different because it's very unconditional. You do a lot of things out of love, and most important, your kids. You know, being a mother, your kids is being happy, and they are well brought up, and they are always in the best, you know, of their interests. There's no exchange. There's no. Everything is very unconditional. But you love to do it because this love is so strong that you feel that it's worth everything. You know. Whereas business, yes, there is a lot of expectation and result. You know. There's a lot of expectation and result that the hard work you put in, you want to see the growth of the company, the number of customers coming in, and you want to see your staff being mentored and nurtured, you know, being who they become. Because it's not about yourself, it's about the people that comes to your shop, that you have to satisfy them, but it's also about the staff that is their livelihood is, that you have to be responsible for. Yeah.
So I think although it's very different hats, I think the core basis of what my mom has here, I think it would be nurturing, whether is it in the shop or in the family, or is it as a wife, or even as a boss or an employer, to be nurturing to the people who you're responsible for. So taken, let's say now this question, I am not your daughter, right? Okay, which role do you prefer, to be an entrepreneur or to be a mom? And you can be very objective.
Oh, actually, I enjoy both hats. Okay, when I'm in the company, I have very firm and strong belief in certain things, and I want it to be executed. And I looks impatient. I want things to be done very quickly and effectively and efficiently. As a mom, I think I have more tolerance, and I'm more understanding in that way. That is this the best for my kids? And you never want them to make the wrong move, or you always want to hold their hands and all these things. It's a very different kind of feel and mood, but I enjoy both as much.
Okay, so given that, right, what do you think is your biggest challenge trying to manage a business, to grow business, to bring it to where it is, at the same time as raising a family?
Oh, this is what I really need to share with young entrepreneurs. I think there's a lot of sacrifice need to be made, because I remember when my first child was Cheryl, and then after I gave birth to her, a couple of weeks, she developed this eczema, and it was like, it's quite like, you was deciding whether you want to keep on to your job and building your career, or you want to stay home and oversee this baby of yours to be in the perfect shape, So it's not easy, because but I'm very lucky. I have a very supportive family. My mom and dad is very supportive, and I have younger siblings who give me a lot of help, in bringing up Cheryl during that time. She was my firstborn, and juggle between being in the shop, because when in business there's no compromise. Customer books a time, you have to be there, you have to be earlier than them, you have to make sure everything is done the best for the interest of the customer. But whereas home is concerned, so sometimes there's like the child falls sick, or they have to go to school or nursery, we have to prioritize what we have to put first. It was quite tough, because I remember when at 18 months, when we decided to put Cheryl in the childcare, that kind of feel that we bring her to a childcare and we have to leave her then and walk out. I think it was very, very difficult for mom, but I have to be strong, because the business needs me there at that time, and it's a must that I have to be there with moving, catering for 100 over customers a day, So that is the thing that you have to juggle, and you have to prioritize what is important. But like normally for me, I feel that, okay, the business cannot wait. But if it is a very urgent matter, when my children needs me to oversee, I will be, especially during all the important events, like the first day at school, going, taking their report book, the first meeting with the teacher, or going to the right classes, because we will send them to many classes, and making sure they go to the right classes, and I will make sure I will be there to make sure they are in the right place and is safe and protected. As a mom, I think we have to set our priorities right lah. There is the importance of where we have to be there to make the child very comfortable and safe. So for the business part, I think there's no compromise lah. We have to be there when we have to be there at customer time, at Yeah, I think I can vouch for that. For the first
15 years of my life, I really hardly saw my parents. They work 24/7 every single day. You didn't take any off days, right? Until Russell.
For 25 years.
For 25 years, no off days, okay? Means Monday to Sunday. She start at as early as 10 until midnight sometimes, 11, 12 o'clock. So I really can vouch for that. Yeah, that's the kind of hard work.
So there's a lot of discipline as working mothers. So you have to have a lot of planning, you know. So when my kids was young, because I had my first two was girl, so I had to plan what they are going to eat, where their school going to be, who are fetching them, who they are learning from, you know. So actually I know the whole schedule, I plan it and I make sure, you know, that they go for all the things that I have organized for them. And I have to thank to my parents, my dad and my mom, and my sibling, which is younger, Dawn and Olivia, is always there to give me the helping hand and support. So I think I'm better off than many parents because I have this support to lean on, you know. So I feel that it can be done, but you just have to be more disciplined, more organized. You know what I mean?
Priorities and sacrifice.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you share with us what are 3 things you are proud of?
Okay, I think actually there's more than 3 that I'm proud of, but I think the main 3 things that is always in my head, that what I walked through these 60 years, you know, I think I'm very proud of first is how we built this Jean Yip career for not only ourselves but the team and our colleague and the staff that has grown with us. And when during 2000 we had this entrepreneur award and it was named household brand in the hair and beauty industry, I felt really for a skill business it can become a household name. I'm really very proud, and especially for my teammates and my colleagues and my staff, that we nurture them and build them into someone that is very responsible, have their own get married and have their own family and build a beautiful home. I felt very, very contented and very satisfied. I think second thing I'm very proud of is despite of my busy schedule, you know, my 3 children has grown up to be, I would say they are fine lady and gentlemen. They have great responsibility towards their own life and their career, and they choose the right partner that make me very happy. And I think most of all, I'm very proud of my 3 adorable grandchildren that bring a lot of joy and happiness that I couldn't express in words, you know, because every morning when I see them, I feel that, well, you know, you have done something that is complete and wholesome to my life.
I think everybody can agree that you are indeed very blessed. I think, like you say, it's not easy to...
And of course my husband who dotes on me. Of course my husband who dotes on me. I mean,
that goes without saying, right?
I mean, I know everybody knows that Mervyn's loves and supports whatever whatever decision, whatever I make, whether it's right or it's wrong.
Can you share with us what is your daily ritual?
Yeah, I developed a habit of waking up very early and doing my nature walk in the morning by myself. And during the walk, I love to recite my rosary, and I feel I'm very connected to God and share my joy or whatever doubt I have. And I always feel very blessed with the nature around me, and I know the Almighty is always there looking at us and to be there to hear what we want to share with Him, you know. So that precious time I had with Him every morning for 45 minutes to 1 hour, it meant a lot for the start of my day. So and that is like my time with God, and I besides reciting the rosary, I'm praying and I'm talking to Him, and always I can get the answer, you know. I will say it almost immediately, and my parents passed on a few years ago, and that is the time where I also connect with them, because I will tell them what is happening. Now I have 3 grandkids, you know. Please, you know, intercede to to protect them and all these things. I feel there is this peace, you know, this peace and this peace of mind, and I feel very, very well protected, you know. I think that is very important. And during this 45 minutes to 1 hour I spent with God, I feel it gave me a lot of wisdom, you know. It gave me a lot of wisdom, and it really calmed me down. Yeah.
I think with a lot of people we've interviewed and we've heard of all these stories, right? They all have this commonality, which is to start a day off early with an exercise and some form of a meditation or connection with God. I think that gives a good start to the day.
Yes.
So, okay, what do you do for your me time, given that you're so busy, you know, throughout the day?
Oh, actually, when I have my me time, that is, I always like to do something where I can share with people. So, baking and cooking is really my passion, because when I bake something or I cook something, I like to perfect the dish or perfect the cakes, and when I get it right, I will really, you know, jump for joy, you know, and I will share it with friends. I will continue to bake until I'm very satisfied with it. And I think the next thing that these 5 years, I'm a little bit luckier because I have a bit more time, because my children and the team are taking over more responsibility in the company. So I start painting, which calm me physically and mentally, because when I'm very stressed out at work, I would take my painting board and I start scratching flowers or fruits or whatever, or landscape, you know, that I have seen in front of me or I have experienced, you know. I imagine and I start sketching and painting, and when I start to paint on the color, it's really what I put in, you know, what I put into the board. And then when the whole painting is done, I know, have I done a good job today, you know, am I very contented and am I very satisfied? The painting will tell, you know.
And you know, for the baking, let's give you a real life example. So recently her biggest interest is chiffon cake, okay? And the great thing about her, so a lot of people who've eaten her food just say, wow, her food is very nice, you know, which recipe? And I can tell you for sure, it's very hard to say, because she will take recipe from everywhere, and then she will trial and error to suit the taste and the texture that she wants. So let's say the pandan chiffon cake. How many days do you spend sleepless nights to get the recipe that you want?
I think about 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
To perfect it, that means to get the texture, the height, the taste, the balancing, you know, the fragrance. I think maybe I'm a very sensitive person because I'm very passionate in arts, you know. So when even I take baking very seriously, because to me it had to be perfect, you know. And if any comments when I share my cakes with friends who have good taste bud and who love to taste or not love to taste, I will take their feedback seriously, and I will go back and improve on the formula, whether I reduce the water, reduce the cream, reduce the sugar, you know what I mean. So that is me. It's just like anything in life, you have to just keep practicing, keep working on it, and keep perfecting it and to what your expectation is. But I think many people have different kind of expectation, but for me, I want 100% say, this is really good. Like, you know, like this few days, my chiffon is receiving a lot of compliment that is top of the world. It is the best I've tasted. It's the softest I have. So it motivates and encourages me to go on. I think it's about your life. It boils down to the career, your business, and your upbringing of your children. So I think it's all connected.
Yes, I think it's all interrelated in one sense. So I think to a lot of people, you are a superwoman, right? And if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Okay, I think I'm very happy to be who I am, because I'm very comfortable at being myself, because I think everybody knows me. You see what you get, you know. And I always put a priority on relationship first. And maybe it's from young that I started business at a very young age, and I have great responsibility not only to the business but to people that work with me. So relationship is always in my top priority. So I'm enjoying what I'm doing now. I really enjoy when I speak to my colleague, my teammate, or even to very young staff, apprentice. I feel I'm happy when I can connect with them. But if given really to be a superwoman or superpower?
Yeah, superpower.
Superpower. I think I would like to be the first lady to just experience one day what this first lady think about being the first lady, being an image to the country, or what she thinks that she had to do for the people.
I think that's a great answer. So she can actually experience what is it like, and
being the first lady,
to be the first lady,
and not just to have that image or the power, but what the first lady is thinking, that she had to influence the whole country, national, and especially the woman.
So I think that's a very good end to our National Day special. Once again, thank you, Mama, for having to being on our show.
Thank you.
And sharing us all your secrets.